another video on trucking for you. This is kind of a rare type of thing that can happen. I've been going over a lot of things that possibly could happen to you when you're out here on the road, dealing with shippers and receivers and your logs and all that kind of thing. And this is something that happened to me yesterday. It didn't happen to me today. That's why I'm not getting around to the video until today, because it kind of cut my time. I'm on the road now, traveling through eastern Tennessee. I'm heading towards back towards the western part of North Carolina to make my drop on this load. I'm on my back haul, and the reason why my hours got kind of screwy is because of this back haul that I got. I started my week off and was making my drop on Tuesday up in Kentucky, a 400-mile run. I left Monday, dropped my load near Louisville, Kentucky, and my back haul, which is a fancy term for your return trip, the load that brings you back to the next place that they want you to go to, it picked up at an inconvenient time for me when my clock was to come back up. So I had to do something called split C, or split 8, we used to call it. With the new log rules, they just call it a 5.7 or a 5.6, something like that. I don't know. All I know is I had to, well, first of all, I didn't get my full 10-hour break because I got to my receiver and there was parking there, so I got there early, really early, very early, and went ahead and did my arrival call, and I still had like 6 hours before my actual appointment time. So I just, parked and jumped in the sleeper and went to sleep. So I get while I'm in the sleeper, I got my back haul, and it actually picked up, let's see, the drop was at 10 a.m. and my pickup, I had to be just a little bit north of Cincinnati, Ohio, which was like 105 miles from there. I had to be there before 3 p.m. So if I would have gone ahead and did a complete 10-hour break, I may have made it, but I might not have made it. And it was important that I go ahead and get this load, because it keeps me rolling. It wasn't that it was a big juicy 700-800 mile load. We love to see those, but it was to keep me moving in the schedule that was happened to be rolling in the queue at that time. So I had to do that split C, which means I only got about 8 hours off, and I actually got less than that. I did, I think, 6.5 or 7 hours, and it gave me back 4, which gave me time to drive the 105 miles, and it was during a time of day, during the middle of the day, so it was the optimal time for going through Cincinnati and actually going through Louisville, Kentucky too. If it had been, in the late afternoon on a Friday or something like that, I'd have said, no, it ain't going to work. 4 hours ain't going to be enough. But it just happened to be the time of day to where I was hitting those two cities at like 11 a.m., which is, a good window for hitting metropolis areas, because the traffic is not as bad. I did run into a little bit of construction, but there wasn't a whole lot of traffic. So, that time of day, 11 a.m., 10 a.m., or the middle of the night is the optimal times. A lot of times in the middle of the night, there's a lot more construction going on, a lot of times. But anyhow, I got up there and picked up that load. I got there at like 1:30 p.m. So I got there in plenty of time. I had like 2 hours on my clock, on my drive clock. I actually had about 3.5 on my 14, or actually I didn't get a 14. I only got like 5 for the on-duty clock. I got like 4 hours and 15 minutes for my drive, and like almost 6 hours for my on-duty clock. It just depends on how long you're in the sleeper berth to how much you get back. So anyway, I made it up there, made my pickup, and I could have stayed there at that yard, but being as it was kind of early, I decided, well, I'm going to go to a truck stop. I had to fuel and I had to scale anyway, because it was a pretty heavy load. It's, 35,000 pounds. So I went ahead and did all that, and there was a restaurant right there beside the scale, So I kind of got lucky there. So I just, after I did my reweigh, got my weight right, I just went to the restaurant, got some food real quick, jumped in the truck, and about 8 or 10 miles back, there was a rest area, and I just drove straight to that rest area and had to do another break. That is the downside. That's the only downside to doing a split seat like that. Yeah, you get to drive sooner, but you only get so much time, and plus to straighten your clock back out, you really did need to do a complete 10, because you could keep doing those split seats one right after another. You're just not going to get a lot of hours back. So what this is, it just kind of takes you off of your normal schedule, because like the name of the video I made, unusual schedule or nonlinear schedule, because you're usually doing 14 on, 10 off, 14 on, 10 off, 14 on, 10 off. So you kind of get into a rhythm of that type of thing. This right here, having something like that happen, and it was solely because of the load, my backhaul, where I was. You'll find that happens a lot more often if you're running regional or week to week like I am. You'll find that happens a lot at the end of the week. It happens to me quite a bit at the end of the week, because you're almost out of hours for the end of the week. Or even if you're doing a full 27 days, 30 days, whatever it is out at a time, you'll find that happens towards the end of your week. Just so you can get to a certain place, or just so they can get you where you're lined up to be somewhere, or back at the yard, or wherever they want you to be for you to do your 34. Because you don't really want to do a 34 at anywhere. I mean, you can if you're set up properly, or if you've got a super sleeper that's got a full kitchen and a bathroom and all that kind of stuff. Do a 34 anywhere. But in your normal tractors like I got here, I got a full refrigerator, but I don't have a sink, I don't have a stove, I don't have a microwave, I don't have a bathroom, so I really had to be pretty particular about where, if I was doing 30 days at a time, I would have to be very particular about where I want to do 34. Okay, well that's all we got for today, kind of a short video. Stay tuned for more videos to come up. I think I'm going to be doing something on a full inspection walkthrough, possibly soon. We'll just see how it goes. VW selling trucker out.